Simplify the ratio 18 to 45. I'm just going to write it out again over here. So what I need to think is the biggest number that goes into both of these numbers, so the biggest common factor, the highest common factor. So I could, if I didn't know it off the top of my head, I could list my factor pairs. So that's what I'm going to do first. 18 is 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6, 4 doesn't go into it, 5 doesn't, and 6 I'm repeating myself, so that's 18 done. 45 is 1 times 45, 2 doesn't go into it, 3 does. If you need to know how many, then you can do a little bus stop. 3's into 45 is 1, remainder 1, 3's into 15 is 5, so it's 3 times 15. 4 doesn't go into it. 5 times 9, 6 doesn't, 7 doesn't, 8 doesn't, and 9's repeating itself. So now I have to pick the highest number that's in both of those lists. So the biggest number there is going to be 9. So I'm going to divide both sides of my ratio by 9. So 18 divided by 9 is 2, and 45 divided by 9 is 5. So my answer is 2 to 5. Sarah has some chocolates. 24 are white, 16 are milk, 8 are dark. Write down the ratio of white to milk to dark, given your ratio in its simplest form. So we've got white to milk to dark, W to M to D. So white was 24, milk was 16, dark was 8. Now I need to put it in its simplest form, so I need to think of the number that goes into each of these, so into 24, 16 and 8. Now if you really needed to, you could use your factor pairs. I'm just going to quickly do that down the side. So factor pairs are 24, 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6, 5 doesn't go into it, so I'm done. 16, 1 times 16, 2 times 8, 3 doesn't go into it, and then 4 times 4, and then 8 would be 1 times 8, 2 times 4, and 3 doesn't go into it, so I'm done. So you can see that the biggest number, the biggest factor of all of those is actually 8. So the biggest number that's in all of those lists is 8. So I'm going to divide by 8. So 24 divided by 8 is 3, 16 divided by 8 is 2, 8 divided by 8 is 1. So my answer is 3 to 2 to 1. Express 8 to 13 in the form 1 to n. So we've got 8 to 13. I want it in the form 1 to something. So I need to think, what did I do to get to this side? So 8 divided by what is 1? Well, it's going to be divided by 8. So I need to do that on this side. So what we're doing is 13 divided by 8. Now remember, a fraction is a division. So this is the same as 13 over 8. So if it was a non-calculator paper, this would be absolutely fine to write. Or you could just put it on your calculator and figure it out. I'm going to leave it though as 13 over 8.